Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, there is an ongoing silent war between Sifuna and those who are close to Raila Odinga. Some are doing it genuinely, other people are doing it for their own personal interest. And there is one man, Makau Mutua, who has been actually an advisor to the to Raila Odinga, and lately William Ruto appointed him as part of his advisory team. Kila siku nasikia Ruto appoint advisor. So Makau Mutua is among his advisors. After that, Ruto formed a committee where Makau Mutua, I think, is chairing that committee that is going to exist for 120 days. I think 4 months. 120 days to look into the, the situation whereby the youth were killed, Gen Zs, and found a formula of compensating their families. That is the task that has been handed over to Makau Mutua to look for. So with that task, I also asked the same question Sifuna is asking actually. Where does Makau Mutua get time to respond to other things when he has been given such a heavy responsibility? Now, in the discussion, Makau Mutua is advising the ODM Secretary General Sifuna to resign from his position since it is untenable for him to continue serving as the ODM Secretary General. Sifuna literally punched Ruto's newfound friend, Makau Mutua, in the face with his response to what he's attempting to advise him. And that is what I want us to look into. But before we go in that discussion, I have a quick and humble request. For those who are watching the channel and you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give the video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to our discussion. Now, this is what Makau Mutua shared on Twitter. My good learned friend and Senator Edwin Sifuna appears to be in an untenable position as SG of the ODM party. It seems to me that the honorable thing for him to do, if he is a man of principle, is resign his post, which almost never happen in Kenya unless one is sacked. That the only honorable thing, if Sifuna is a principled man, is to resign. So that is the advice Makau Mutua is giving to Sifuna. Without wasting time, Sifuna responded to Makau Mutua. And here is his response. Listen to this. Omwami, you have the unenviable task of determining the value of the lives of the young people your new friends killed and compensate their families. One would imagine that crown to be so heavy as not to allow the wearer time for anything else, let alone worrying about the SG of ODM, who isn't even your friend. That he has a very heavy crown. He has been given a mandate to determine the value of the lives of the young people that Ruto killed. So Ruto is his new friend. He has assigned Alfred Makau, not Alfred actually, Makau Mutua, I'm sorry for that. He has assigned him a duty and a responsibility to determine the value of the lives that he killed so that these families will be compensated. So look at that response. It leaves Alfred Makau Mutua point blank. So Sifuna is telling us that the man talking about his position has been mandated with a serious duty by William Ruto for a period of 4 months to determine Gen Z suffered, they were killed. So Sifuna is indirectly communicating to the families of all the people who lost their beloved one through the protest, that a man who has been given responsibility to determine the value of that life and compensate the families is the one talking about me resigning from ODM. So kama kuna mtu inafaa walaumu kama hizi jamii hazitakuwa compensated is none other than Makau Mutua. Nemepewa that responsibility. So where does he get time to talk about other issues that are of less concern in the general public? This is an ODM affair. See affair wa Kenya, what is a political party affair. But now him has been given a hard task that is touching everyone in this country. So far, where have you reached, Makau Mutua, with the move to determine those who should be compensated and by how much? Imagine determining on the value of compensation on a life that has been lost, not injured but lost. This is a very heavy task, as Sifuna is putting it. Now, Sifuna is telling the public that Makau Mutua has a new friend. That new friend is the one who has caused havoc by, giving orders to police officers to shoot with an aim to kill the Gen Z that we have lost in this country. Rafiki mpya wa Makau Mutua, William Ruto. Kwa hivyo aliua kupitia kwa uongozi wake, kisha akampea Makau Mutua nafasi ya kuangalia jinsi vile hawa watu watapata fidia. Inaitwa fidia nadhani, fidia kwa maisha ambayo tushapoteza. Where do you get time to discuss about Sifuna resigning from ODM? Hii sasa haina comeback. Haina comeback. How can Makau Mutua respond to that? The same Makau Mutua, I think he's not in a position, hana nafasi ya kusema ya kwamba or discuss about Sifuna and ODM party, because the very same man said, if I quote him, I will not work with Ruto as long as I am alive. Alisema bora tu angali hai hata waifanya kazi na Ruto. So how would a man of principle accept to be hired to a government he considered evil as an advisor? He considered William Ruto and his regime as evil government. Now he's working with them and he sees Sifuna as an enemy simply because Sifuna is in disagreement with those from his political party working with William Ruto. So who is evil here? Makau Mutua seems to be more evil than Sifuna. To me, Sifuna seems to be a principled person, because there are issues in so much concern, not just moving into this regime and working with them without consideration of the people who have suffered, lost their lives, injured, and what ODM stands for. So it pains Makau Mutua as a conman, a man who stands for nothing. So there is an attempted war to fight Sifuna so that he can resign from ODM party. But we understand that Sifuna is also a politician, despite the other fact and the principles that one would stand for. He is more comfortable in ODM ejecting him from the party than resigning. Because once you chase him from the party, there is something he's carrying forward. You have chased him from the party. He goes with sympathy. That sympathy will help, because as people will be sympathizing with him, then something will happen to the ballot in the name of sympathy. Hiyo ni siasa, pia yeye kama mwanasiasa anacheza. But those from ODM would want him to resign. But there is a worry. If he will not resign and they will be forced to eject him from the party, he will go with something. Now, up to there, I don't know your views. Please let us meet in the comment section to continue with this discussion. Thank you so much, and see you in our next video.